Isn't it curious how a simple object, something that could easily go unnoticed, can carry an entire universe within it? He stumbled upon that old photo almost by chance, in a drawer that hadn't been opened in ages. Perhaps you have something like that too, a corner of your home, a forgotten little box, a place filled with memories that you avoid visiting. But the angels tell me that nothing happens by chance. That moment was carefully orchestrated because there was something that needed to be awakened. And now, as you read these words, they want you to know, there are memories in your heart that are ready to emerge. Imagine the scene for a moment. The morning light pouring through the window, gently touching the faded details of that photograph. He holds it, and something inside him shifts. It was not just a memory. It was as if, for a brief moment, time had stopped. The face in the photo, the smile, the gaze. Everything felt so distant yet so close, almost tangible. Have you ever felt that before? That sensation that something long lost still lives within you, like a flame that has never completely gone out? The angels whisper that the photo was not just an image. It was a portal. It carried the energy of a time when he felt more connected to his essence, to his dreams, to who he truly was. But here's the deeper truth. He didn't just find a memory. He found a part of himself that had been forgotten. And maybe that's what you need to hear right now. What have you left behind that is still waiting to be rediscovered? What part of your soul is yearning to be rescued? As he looked at that photograph, emotions began to surface, first like a gentle breeze, then like a wave that enveloped him completely. There was nostalgia, yes, but there was also a sense of opportunity, as if the universe was telling him, it's time to remember. It's time to heal. Perhaps you have something like that, too. A moment, a memory, a piece of your story that needs to be revisited so you can move forward with more ease. The angels want you to know that revisiting the past doesn't mean getting stuck in it. It means breaking free. And do you know what's even more beautiful? That encounter with the photograph awakened something in him that he didn't even know still existed: hope. Because when he looked at that younger version of himself, he realized something that perhaps you also need to hear today. Time may pass, but the essence never fades. It's there inside you, waiting to be reignited. And as you reflect on this, I ask you, what is the portal that the angels are trying to bring into your path right now? It may not be a photo. It could be a song that suddenly plays on the radio. A letter you've kept. A scent that transports you elsewhere. But whatever it is, know that it's no coincidence. It's a call. They want to remind you of who you truly are and the power you carry within you. But this leads us to an even bigger question, a question you may need to answer right now. What will you do with this memory? Because the angels don't place something in our path without reason. They are calling you to act, to transform. And it is about this transformation that we will talk next. Before we continue, take a deep breath and answer silently, which part of your story is asking to be rediscovered? Because it is in this reconnection that the magic lies. And the angels are here to guide you. There are moments when the unexpected touches the soul like a gentle breeze, yet laden with profound meanings. He found an old photo. Perhaps he was just organizing drawers or flipping through a long-forgotten album, but when his eyes landed on that image, frozen in a moment of light and memory, something awakened. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was something deeper. It was as if an invisible door opened within him, releasing emotions he didn't even know still existed. Have you ever felt this? That sensation that the past, instead of being distant, is just waiting for a moment to manifest? The angels say that none of this is by chance. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, finds subtle ways to reignite flames we thought were extinguished. Sometimes an object that seemed insignificant, a long-lost letter, a song on the radio, or even now a photograph, emerges as a divine messenger. Not to bind us to what has been, but to remind us of something that still lives within us. Something that needs to be acknowledged, healed, or perhaps, celebrated. And this is where the angels speak directly to you. They whisper that these little signs are divine touches, doors opening for you to lovingly revisit parts of yourself that may be forgotten or dormant. Think about it. What might the angels be trying to show you when something seemingly trivial stirs up such powerful emotion? Perhaps it's an invitation to look within and realize that even what seems lost carries a valuable message for the present. There is a story that the angels are asking me to share with you. Once, a person found a white feather in a moment of great uncertainty. She didn't know its meaning, but she felt an inexplicable calm as she held it. Days later, while talking to a loved one, she heard something that changed everything. A white feather is a sign of protection, a reminder that you are never alone. That small feather, so simple, was actually a message. And from that moment on, she began to pay more attention to the little gifts that life presented to her. It may be that, for him, the old photo is like that feather. And for you, what could it be? The angels invite you to reflect. What is showing up in your life as a sign? Something that seems casual, but upon closer inspection, may be laden with meaning? Allow yourself to explore this question. Perhaps it's a recurring dream, a phrase you hear repeatedly, or even an object that keeps catching your attention. Don't ignore what the universe places in your path. The angels are always by your side, whispering that the answers may lie in the simplest things. And this leads us to an even deeper point, the feelings that these signs evoke. Often, they bring to the surface memories we thought we had moved beyond. But the angels tell me that, contrary to what you might think, these feelings don't come to hurt you or keep you tied to the past. They come as guides, like lanterns illuminating the way to your emotional healing. And I feel this is the perfect moment for you to ask yourself, what is the universe asking you to release? Or perhaps, what does it want you to appreciate and carry forward? Before proceeding, take a moment to pause. Place your hand over your heart right now and take a deep breath. Feel your breath as a thread of light connecting you to the sky. Silently repeat, I am open to recognizing the signs that the angels send me. I welcome the messages with love and clarity. Allow this affirmation to resonate within your soul. Feel the warmth of your own energy as the angels surround you with their wings of light. Do you notice how, when you look at the signs with fresh eyes, they take on a meaning that goes beyond the obvious? And this is just the beginning. The angels have more to say. They ask you to stay attentive, as what comes next will be an even deeper revelation. After all, they never stop sending messages. It's just that sometimes we forget to listen. And as you reflect on all of this, I want you to remember one thing in your heart: nothing that happens is by chance. Every sign, every emotion, every moment that seems to awaken something dormant is part of a larger plan. A plan that the angels are crafting by your side, with love and patience. They ask you to trust the process and allow yourself to feel. Even if it hurts. Even if it brings tears. Because it is through these emotions that you transform. And in the end, the light always prevails. And now I ask you, what might that photo, that sign be trying to tell you? What do the angels want you to see? Breathe deeply and hold on to that question. The upcoming moments will bring answers that could change everything. Be open. Be ready. And know, you are already on the right path. Sometimes, a simple image from the past can be like a half-open door. A moment frozen in time that, when touched again, not only stirs memories but also evokes emotions you believed you had left behind. When he found that old photo, something inside him stirred, as if a gentle breeze had swept away the dust from something that had been tucked away for a long time. Can you imagine the power of that? A moment that seemed forgotten, now reborn with intensity, bringing with it sensations he might not have realized still existed. The angels tell me that these memories come as messages, like small whispers from the divine. They don't appear by chance. There's something that needs to be seen, felt, perhaps even healed. Have you noticed how certain memories have the power to make your heart race in unexpected ways? Some bring a comforting warmth, as if they were a hug. Others, however, may touch wounds that haven't fully healed yet. It's as if the universe is gently calling your attention to something that needs to be illuminated. And now I ask, what does this photo mean to him? What did it awaken? Perhaps it's nostalgia, perhaps it's a desire for reconnection, or even a reminder of something he left behind. The angels want you to know that, just like him, you also have your own old photos within you. Not just those stored in albums, but vivid images in your mind, memories that surface at unexpected moments, bringing feelings that seem to want to convey something. What are these memories trying to show you? I feel that many times the impact of these memories lies not just in what they represent, but in how you feel when you revisit them. Have you ever wondered why certain memories come rushing back with such force on specific days? Why, in the midst of your daily life, a scent, a song, or even a beam of light streaming through the window can transport you to a distant moment. This is the universe, and the angels, working together to guide you on your emotional journey. It's as if they are saying, look at this. There's something here for you. And here's a deep secret: these memories do not come to hurt. They come to teach. Even the ones that seem difficult, the ones that make your eyes burn and your chest tighten, carry within them a message of growth and transformation. Have you ever stopped to think that perhaps these memories are a reflection of who you were, but also of who you are becoming? The angels show me that each memory, even the painful ones, is like a flame illuminating the path to your truth. When he held that photo in his hands, it wasn't just the past he was touching. It was also the present and the future, all woven together in an invisible thread that the angels carefully stitch. Maybe this memory brought regret. Maybe it ignited a desire to correct something, or even to start over. What do you think he felt? And more importantly, if it were you holding something so significant in your hands, what would you do with it? The angels tell me that when these memories resurface, it's an invitation for you to open yourself to the healing process. And healing doesn't mean forgetting or erasing. Healing means looking with love. It means embracing what was, accepting what is, and trusting in what will be. So, I ask you, which memory is trying to get your attention right now? Which old photo, tucked away in the depths of your heart, is waiting to be rediscovered? Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Imagine holding that memory in your hands, like a photograph. What does it say to you? What do you feel? The angels want you to know that by looking at these memories with courage and compassion, you open yourself up to a profound transformation. Because these memories do not define who you are, but rather the strength you carry within. And as you reflect on this, remember, the angels never leave you alone in this process. They are by your side, holding your hand, gently guiding you so that you can find clarity and peace. They whisper to your heart that no matter how difficult the memory may be, you have within you the strength needed to embrace it and transform it into light. But what about him? What will he do with that photo now? The angels say that this story still has much to reveal. And in the meantime, I invite you, share with me a memory that deeply touches your heart. Write it down, release it. Because sometimes, giving voice to our memories is the first step toward finding the healing we seek. There are moments when the past calls to us in ways we cannot ignore. It's like an unexpected breeze drifting through a slightly open window, bringing with it a familiar scent, a memory lost in time. Perhaps that's what he felt when he came across that old photograph. An image that, at first glance, seemed just a piece of memory, but for the angels was so much more, a sign, a revelation that would resonate not only with him but also with you. Have you ever stopped to think about how the past shapes the present in ways we can't always see? The angels have told me that every experience is like a piece of a mosaic, and sometimes we are called to look back to understand how these pieces connect. Not with regret, not with paralyzing nostalgia, but with wisdom. And that's what they want you to know now. The past is not a burden, it is a key. A key that can open doors to things you do not yet fully understand. When he held that photo, something awakened. Maybe it was a feeling of loss or an unexpected warmth from a happy moment. Perhaps it was an old doubt resurfacing, or the sense that something remains unfinished. But the angels whisper to my heart that the same happens to you. There is something in your past that still connects to now, like a luminous bridge you need to cross. What is the memory that keeps returning? What is the feeling that seems to pulse silently within you? The angels say that the past does not return to bind us, but to set us free. It offers us lessons that often go unnoticed because we are so focused on what is to come. Yet sometimes, it is by looking back that we find the courage to move forward. Look with eyes of love, they whisper. Do not judge what you have lived, nor the choices you made. Every step, even the hardest ones, was necessary for you to arrive at this point. And this leads us to something even deeper. There are memories that hold not just stories, but also answers. Perhaps you have left something behind that deserves to be reclaimed. A forgotten passion, a dream that seemed impossible, or even a piece of your essence that was lost amid life's demands. The angels want you to ask yourself, what have I left in the past that still shines like a star on my horizon? That old photo he found was no coincidence. And the angels are telling me that, right now, you are also being called to revisit your own memory archives. Close your eyes and imagine yourself flipping through the pages of your heart. What do you see? What do you feel? It might be a childhood memory, a moment of joy, or even a pain that still needs healing. What matters is not what you find, but how you choose to use it to transform your present. As you reflect on this, the angels ask you to do something simple yet powerful. Grab a notebook or a piece of paper and write about a memory that always comes to your mind. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, just write. Then, place your hand over those words and say, I honor what I lived. I release what holds me back. I transform what teaches me. This little ritual may seem simple, but it carries the energy of release that the angels are ready to bring into your life. You are not alone. Every memory, every lesson, every smile or tear you've experienced is part of a divine journey that the angels are helping to guide. And as you reflect on what you've been through, remember, the past does not define who you are, but it can illuminate who you are becoming. He found something that made him pause and reflect. And now, the angels ask, what will you discover when you look within yourself? And this prepares us for the next call. Because there's something more the angels want to reveal, something that goes beyond memories, something waiting for you on the horizon. Are you ready to discover what comes next? There are moments in life when the past finds us in silent yet powerful ways. It's as if time, in its invisible wisdom, builds bridges to remind us of something we have forgotten, something essential. And sometimes, it all begins with something as simple as an old photograph. An image that seemed to have been sleeping in some drawer, but when rediscovered, brings with it a wave of emotions that cannot be ignored. Have you ever felt that? That sensation that the universe is trying to tell you something, as if a lost memory is awakening a new path? The angels tell me that the one who found this photo did not do so by chance. Nothing in the divine plan is mere coincidence. When something like this happens, it's a calling, a message that comes from above, whispered to the heart, urging a transformation to begin. Imagine this. They hold that photo in their hands, as if the paper itself carries an invisible weight. It's not just about what the image shows, but about what it makes one feel. Perhaps it's a reminder of a joyful moment, or maybe a time that seemed to be left behind, now returning like a forgotten note of a melody. The angels want you to know that these memories are not merely fragments of a distant yesterday. They are signs. Beacons of light illuminating what still needs to be understood, healed, or celebrated. And this leads us to you. What are your own memories trying to tell you? There are moments when we wonder why certain thoughts insist on resurfacing, as if they are echoes of something greater. Perhaps you too have tucked away somewhere, in a box, in a forgotten corner of your mind, something that still pulses with an energy that has not been fully lived. The angels are now by your side, inviting you to look at this with courage and an open heart. What does this memory awaken in you? Is it nostalgia? A desire for a fresh start? Or a reminder that you are stronger than you think? The inner awakening rarely happens in a predictable way. Often, it arises in a mundane moment, while you're rearranging something, or even when encountering a seemingly ordinary object. But the truth is that these moments are gateways to something greater. When you allow yourself to feel, instead of avoiding or ignoring, something within you begins to change. It's as if a new light has been turned on, guiding you to a space of greater understanding and peace. Once, the angel shared with me the story of someone who found an old letter, written during a time of great doubt. In that letter, she spoke of her dreams, everything she wanted to experience, but at the time seemed impossible. Upon rereading those words years later, she realized that, somehow, she had drifted away from her own essence. It was in that moment that she decided to reclaim everything she had left behind. And with the help of the angels, she found the strength to transform her life. This letter was not just a simple piece of paper, it was a call to awaken her soul. And now, the angels are here to tell you that you also have this power. The memories, the images, the signs, all of this is part of the journey that leads you to your purpose. Even what, at first glance, seems to bring pain carries within it the seed of healing. Because the past is not a prison, it is a teacher. It teaches, guides, and reveals. And when you choose to look at it with the eyes of the soul, instead of fear, you open yourself to transformation. The angels whisper, nothing in your life has happened by chance. Every moment has been designed to lead you here, to this moment. And now, you have a choice. You can continue to carry the weight of what was, or you can transform those memories into wings that will carry you even higher. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the warmth of this message entering your heart. Remember, you are not alone. Every step you take is watched over by angels, who surround you with celestial energy, ready to guide you. And if something within you has awakened today, whether it's a specific memory or this text, know that it's because the time has come. The time to embrace what was, in order to make space for what's to come. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, which memory is calling to me right now? What is the past trying to teach me? The angels are waiting for your response. They want to guide you to something greater, something that you might not yet be able to see, but which is already beginning to shine on the horizon. And as you consider this, remember, inner awakening is the first step toward outer transformation. What will you do with this light that has just ignited in your heart?